Welcome, listener, to the Law of Money Summary. 19 Timeless Principles to Master Wealth by Justice O. Malcolm. A journey into the heart of financial success. Not through luck or fleeting tricks, but through the unshakable laws that govern abundance. I'm your narrator, here to guide you through this audiobook, a tapestry of wisdom woven from 19 chapters that promise to transform how you see, pursue, and achieve wealth. This isn't a quick fix or a speculative scheme. It's a philosophy of force, a map to awaken the silent powers within you. Picture yourself holding the reins of your financial destiny, because that's where this book aims to take you. Introduction: The Philosophy of Financial Force. The book begins with a quiet thunderclap, a declaration that sets the tone for everything to come. Justice O. Malcolm steps forward, his voice firm yet inviting, and says, "There are 1,000 books on success, and most talk too much about luck and too little about law." Picture a shelf groaning under the weight of self-help tomes, some preaching virtue as the golden ticket, others promising that if you just close your eyes and imagine a pile of cash, it'll appear. Malcolm sweeps all that aside. Wealth, he insists, is not magic nor myth. It's the practical outgrowth of inner law acted upon with intelligence, confidence, and persistence. He's not here to dazzle us with schemes or speculation. If that's what you want, he warns, close these pages now. But if you're ready to awaken something deeper, to understand how money moves, why it flows to one person and not another, how you can become the kind of person it must obey, then you're holding a map. This isn't a manual of methods, he tells us, but a philosophy of force. It's about the silent powers within, waiting to be roused. Malcolm gets practical fast. Money matters, he writes, not because it's noble or sacred, but because it's the lever by which almost everything else is moved. Want to educate your kids? You'll need money. Care for your body, mind, or loved ones. Money again. In our world, it's the tool that unlocks freedom and growth. He takes us back to primitive times. Picture a man trading fish he caught with his hands, a woman bartering herbs she gathered. Society scaled up, and we swapped barter for bills, strength for strategy. Today, the fisherman trades ideas, the herbalist consults, and money? It follows energy that originates from within. He lays out an honest premise. Wealth isn't just effort or even intelligence alone. It's conscious, directed will aligned with universal laws. Just as gravity pulls the apple from the tree, he says, there are mental and spiritual laws that draw money into your life or repel it. These laws are always at work, whether you see them or not. This book, he promises, will make you aware, so you stop fighting the current and learn to navigate it. Let's linger on a story he hints at. Imagine Malcolm himself, younger, struggling, watching others thrive while he scraped by. One day, an old friend hands him a worn book on universal principles. Money doesn't care about your background, the friend says. It answers to laws. That moment sparked something. A realization that wealth isn't begged for, it's magnetized. He challenges us. If your income is low, your thinking may be the reason. If wealth slips away, your habits might be the fault. No checklists here, but blueprints for financial self-construction. And with that, he beckons us into Chapter 1. Chapter 1. The Law of the Inner Force. Chapter 1 greets us with a quiet power, the law of the inner force. Malcolm calls it the spark that originates deep within, the foundation of all financial success. It's not a fleeting emotion or a passing whim, but a steady, ever-present strength. The will to rise above ordinary thought, the courage to trust your potential. He paints a picture. Imagine a seed buried in dark soil. It's small, unassuming, yet it carries the complete blueprint of a towering oak. Its transformation isn't chance. It's the latent energy within, pushing it to sprout, to reach for sunlight. So it is with us. Let's meet Lisa, a woman we'll imagine into this story. She's 30, drowning in student debt, working a dead-end job at a call center. Every day, she watches her boss drive off in a sleek car while she counts pennies for the bus. Doubt whispers, you'll never make it. But one evening, flipping through a thrift store book, maybe the kind Malcolm's friend gave him, she reads about inner power. Something clicks. She starts small, journaling her dreams, owning a graphic design business. That's the seed. Malcolm tells us this inner force isn't loud. It's silent, unnoticed until awakened. For Lisa, it's the moment she decides, I'm more than this. She begins nurturing it, sketching designs after hours, shedding the belief that wealth is for others. The modern world, Malcolm warns, confuses external glitter, fancy cars, quick profits, with true power. But real success is built within, on thought and conviction. Lisa's first step? She posts a design online. A small order comes in, $50. It's not much, but it's proof. He calls this force magnetic. When harnessed, it draws opportunities. Picture James, a factory worker in a Rust Belt town. He's 40, tired, but restless. One day, he overhears a co-worker talk about a side hustle, fixing old bikes. James feels that spark. He doesn't have much, but he trusts his hands. He fixes a neighbor's bike for $20, then another. Soon, he's got a shed full of projects, a steady $200 a month. That's the inner force at work, quiet, persistent, pulling the right circumstances to him. But it's not idle wishing, Malcolm cautions. Awakening this force takes discipline. Lisa fights self-doubt daily. Who'd hire me? But she keeps sketching. James battles fatigue, fixing bikes after 12-hour shifts. It's self-awareness, mental cultivation, casting aside limits. Malcolm likens it to a sculptor with a block of marble, raw, lifeless, until vision and effort carve beauty from it. For Lisa, it's her first big client, a cafe needing a logo. For James, it's a local shop buying his restored bikes. The chapter closes with a promise. This force sees wealth in unpromising places. Lisa's debt becomes a motivator, not a chain. James's rusty shed turns into a workshop. It's resilient, enduring failure, growing stronger. Malcolm urges us to act with purpose. Every decision fueled by this inner strength. It's the cornerstone, he says, the first step to financial prosperity. And as we turn the page, Chapter 2 builds on it. Chapter 2, the principle of dynamic reciprocity. Chapter 2 sweeps us into the principle of dynamic reciprocity, a law as immutable as gravity. Every purposeful act, Malcolm writes, sows the seeds of a proportional effect. It's the universe's grand exchange. Action begets reaction. Picture a still pond. Toss in a stone, and ripples spread far beyond the splash. Your efforts are that stone, small at first, but with waves that return as success. Let's revisit James, our bike-fixing factory worker. One Saturday, he decides to act, not just dream. He posts a flyer. Bike repairs, $20. A neighbor bites. James fixes the chain, hands it back, pockets the cash. That's the splash. A week later, the neighbor tells a friend, who brings 2 bikes. The ripple grows, $60 more. Soon, James is fixing 5 bikes a week, pulling in $100. That's reciprocity. Purposeful effort triggers a response. Malcolm's clear. It's not enough to harbor desire or nurture that inner force. The world demands action. Desire without deeds, he says, is a dormant seed. Lisa, our designer, learns this too. She's got sketches, but they're just paper until she acts. She emails a local cafe. Need a logo? I'll do it for $100. They say yes. That's her stone in the pond. The cafe owner loves it, refers her to a bakery, $150. Ripples. Her effort aligns with her spark, and the universe answers. But here's the catch. It's not blind mechanics. Random action yields chaos. Malcolm tells us of a man, let's call him Tom, who dreams of wealth but flails. He buys lottery tickets, starts half-baked schemes, quits when they falter. No ripples, just splashes that fade. Contrast that with James. His flyer wasn't flashy, but it was deliberate, tied to his skill. Lisa's email wasn't spam, it targeted a need. Purposeful action, aligned with inner force, is the key. Setbacks? They're part of it. When Lisa's next pitch flops, no response from a boutique, she doesn't quit. She asks, what went wrong? Adjusts her approach, tries again. A florist bites, $200. Malcolm calls this feedback, not failure. James faces it too. A bike repair goes south, a gear jams. He learns, fixes it free, earns trust. Next time, that customer brings 3 friends. Reciprocity rewards persistence. Let's paint a bigger picture. Imagine Sarah, a single mom running a food truck. She's got that inner force, believes she can thrive. One day, she parks near a construction site. offers workers a $5 lunch special. 10 buy. She's tired, but next day, she's back. 20 show up. Word spreads. Soon, she's feeding 50 a day, $250 in her pocket. Her action, parking there, offering value, sets off waves. A contractor hires her for a week-long gig, $1,000. That's dynamic reciprocity. Effort meets response, multiplied. Malcolm insists this law is an equalizer. It doesn't favor the lucky. It rewards integrity, purpose, persistence. Sarah's honest food, James's steady hands, Lisa's bold pitches. They signal intent, and the world aligns. It's not magic, it's cause and effect. Act with clarity, and resources flow. People, opportunities, cash. The chapter ends with a rhythm. Every deed, every thought made manifest, comes back multiplied if true and resolute. It's the dance of prosperity, and we're learning the steps. Chapter 3, The Law of Attraction. Chapter 3 opens with a whisper of mystery and power, the law of attraction. Just as so, Malcolm steps forward, his words like a lantern in the dark. Within the framework of financial achievement, there exists an unseen force that pulls like a magnet. It's simple yet profound, like attracts like. The nature of your thoughts, your actions, determines the wealth that orbits you. This isn't some dreamy abstraction. It's a dynamic process, channeling the energy of your inner world into cold, hard cash. Picture your mind as a finely tuned instrument, Malcolm says. When it resonates with abundance, it plays a melody the universe can't ignore. Every thought carries a vibration, a frequency that ripples out. Focus on success, and you draw opportunities. Mire in doubt, and you push prosperity away. Let's meet Sarah, a schoolteacher we'll imagine into this story. She's 35, scraping by, her savings a thin thread. One night, exhausted, she sits at her kitchen table, bills piled high. But instead of despair, she decides, I'm meant for more. She starts affirming it. Abundance is mine. That's the first note of her tune. Malcolm's clear, this isn't passive. It's conscious creation. Sarah doesn't just wish, she acts. She tutors a student after school, $20 an hour. The kid's parent loves her patience, refers her to another family, $40 more. Soon, she's tutoring 5 kids, $100 a week. That's attraction. Her mind, set on plenty, pulls in the means. But doubt's a saboteur. Early on, Sarah falters. Who'd pay me more? And a pitch to a wealthy family flops. She learns, scarcity repels. So, she shifts, visualizes success, and tries again. A principal hires her for a summer program, $500. The melody grows louder. Gratitude, Malcolm tells us, is the amplifier. Cultivate it, he urges, and watch the cycle spin. Sarah starts a habit. Every night, she lists 3 wins, paid a bill, got a referral, smiled at a kid. Small, but they build belief. One day, she thanks a parent with a handwritten note. Next week, that parent books her for a year, $2,000. Positive thoughts beget outcomes. Outcomes fuel confidence. It's self-reinforcing, like a snowball rolling downhill. Let's paint another picture. Meet Daniel, a mechanic in a dusty garage. He's 28, good with engines, but broke. He hears about attraction, not from a book, but a podcast, and decides to test it. He pictures his shop thriving, tools gleaming, customers lining up. He starts small, fixing a neighbor's car for free, just to spread word. The neighbor's thrilled, tells a friend, $50 job. Daniel keeps it up, affirming, I'm a magnet for work. A week later, a delivery guy breaks down nearby, pays $80 cash. Then a fleet owner calls, $300 for 3 vans. His vibration shifts, and wealth follows. But it's not magic, Malcolm warns. It's not summoning riches from thin air, it's aligning mind and action. Daniel stays open to nudges. A random chat at the gas station lands him a $200 gig. Sarah hears a parent mention a school event, offers flyers, $150. These are invitations, subtle signals the universe sends when you're in tune. Act on them, and the pull strengthens. Malcolm offers a practice. List your successes, however tiny, and cast off doubt. Daniel writes, fixed a carburetor, earned a tip. Sarah notes, taught a kid to read. These affirm their right to abundance, tuning their frequency. The chapter closes with a promise. Harness this law, and your deepest aspirations turn tangible. It's the silent partner in your journey, waiting for your signal. And as we turn to Chapter 4, that signal finds its direction. Chapter 4, the power of definite purpose. Chapter 4 rises like a beacon, the power of definite purpose. Malcolm's voice is steady, commanding. Every great achievement begins with a vision, a clear, unwavering purpose. Without it, efforts scatter like leaves in the wind. Purpose isn't a vague goal. It's a focused conviction, a lodestar guiding every step. It's the lighthouse, he writes, through turbulent seas. Let's walk with Maria, a baker we'll weave into this tale. She's 40, kneading dough in a cramped apartment, dreaming of her own shop. But dreams drift until she defines it. In 5 years, I'll own a bakery, famous for my sourdough. That's her purpose, sharp as a blade. She starts small, selling loaves at a farmer's market, $1.30 a day. Each sale aligns with her vision, a brick in the foundation. Malcolm says purpose turns abstract hopes into concrete plans, and Maria's living it. It begins with introspection, he tells us. Ask, what can I do better than anyone? For Maria, it's her bread, crusty, soul-warming, unique. She digs deeper. What's my contribution? Feeding her community, body, and spirit. This clarity isn't fluffy, it's a blueprint. She sets milestones, $500 for a better oven, $2,000 for a stall lease. Every loaf sold moves her closer. Purpose compels action. Maria doesn't just bake. She markets, networks, saves. Picture James again, our bike-fixing friend from earlier chapters. He's got that inner force, reciprocity's ripples, but now he needs direction. He decides, I'll run a repair shop in 3 years. That's his lighthouse. He fixes bikes at night, saves $50 a week. A customer suggests a pop-up stand. James tries it, earns $200. Obstacles. A supplier hikes prices. He doesn't flinch, finds another, keeps going. Purpose turns setbacks into lessons, sharpening focus. Malcolm warns, without this, energy dissipates. Imagine Tom, aimless, chasing every shiny idea. Crypto one day, dropshipping the next. He's busy but broke. Maria, though? Her purpose filters decisions. A friend offers a cookie gig, tempting, but off track. She says no, sticks to bread. James skips a flashy ad, saves for tools. Purpose is a compass, steady when markets sway. Let's stretch this further. Meet Aisha, a coder in a cubicle, 25, restless. She sets her purpose. Build an app that helps freelancers. Launch in 2 years. She codes nights, studies user needs. Her first beta earns $100. A bug crashes it. Feedback, not failure. She fixes it, gets 50 users, $500. Purpose aligns her. Every line of code, every debug, points to that app. Milestones mark progress. 100 users, $1,000. Momentum builds. Malcolm's practical. Break your vision into steps. Maria's oven comes at month 6, $600 from loaves. James's stand opens year 1, $1, $500 saved. Aisha's beta hits year 1, $2, $000 reinvested. Each win reinforces commitment, turning purpose into reality. It's not luck, it's deliberate action, a constant amid flux. The chapter ends with a charge. Purpose transforms ambition into strategy, ensuring every effort counts. It's the keystone, locking attraction's pull into a path. And so, we rest at Chapter 4's edge. From the law of attraction's magnetic hum to the power of definite purpose's guiding light, Malcolm's given us tools to shape wealth. Sarah, Daniel, Maria, James, Aisha, they're us, tuning thoughts, setting courses, acting with intent. Attraction draws, purpose directs, a dance of mind and will. Listener, what's your frequency? Your lighthouse? The laws are alive, waiting for you to step in. Until next time, keep the vision clear. Chapter 5, The Unyielding Power of Will. Chapter 5 rises like a river cutting through stone, the unyielding power of will. Justice so, Malcolm's voice carries a weight of certainty. In the grand design of financial success, will is the engine that transforms purpose into tangible achievement. It's not a whim or a fleeting desire. It's a relentless resolve, a commitment to act despite the odds. Imagine a river. he writes, carving its way through solid rock. It's not the volume alone, but its persistent drive. That's well. Let's meet Tom. A salesman will weave into this story. He's 32, pounding the pavement in a faded suit, selling vacuum cleaners door to door. Rejection stings, 10 no's a day, sometimes a slammed door. But Tom's got a spark from earlier chapters. Inner force, purpose. I'll own a sales firm in 5 years. Now, Will kicks in. He knocks again, 11th house, 12th. One yes, a $50 sale. Next day, he's back, rain-soaked but steady. Another, yes, $75. That's the river, quiet, persistent, unstoppable. Malcolm's clear. Will isn't passion's flash. It's nurtured through practice. Tom sets a habit, 20 doors daily, no excuses. Fatigue creeps in, doubt whispers, give up. But Will resists. He knocks, 21st door, a $100 sale, a referral. Malcolm likens it to a sculptor refining marble. Every strike deliberate, every effort building. Tom's not sprinting. He's enduring, growing stronger with each trial. Picture Maria, our baker from chapter 4, her purpose set, that bakery. Will drives her now. She's up at 4 a.m., kneading dough, hands aching. A market day flops, 3 loaves sold, $15. Most would quit. Maria doesn't. She adjusts, adds a new flavor, tries again. Next time, $50. Will turn setbacks into steps. Malcolm says, each failure, met with resolve, becomes a stepping stone. Maria's oven breaks, $200 to fix. She works extra, fixes it, bakes more. That's Will, unyielding. Let's stretch this further. Imagine Aisha, our coder from chapter 4, building her app. She's got purpose, but code crashes, hours lost. Will keeps her at it. She debugs nights, eyes burning, coffee cold. A user test fails, feedback harsh. She doesn't fold. She rewrites, tests again. 50 users sign up, $500. Will endures, reshapes adversity. Malcolm warns, modern life tempts with distractions, scrolling, instant highs. Aisha skips Netflix, codes. Tom skips bars, knocks. Maria skips sleep, bakes. Will chooses the long game. Practicality shines here. Malcolm urges systems. Tom plans calls each dawn, tracks yes. Aisha sets coding hours, logs bugs. Maria schedules baking, markets. Setbacks? Lessons. Tom's pitch flops. He tweaks it, wins $200 next time. Well, isn't how you start, Malcolm says, but how you persist. Tom's firm looms closer, $1,000 saved. Maria's stall grows, $300 weekly. Aisha's app hums, $2,000. Will's the crucible, forging success through grit. The chapter closes, cultivate this, and no obstacle holds. It's the fuel for what's next. Chapter 6, confidence and belief in one's own abilities. Chapter 6 glows with a new light, confidence and belief in one's own abilities. Malcolm's tone shifts, bold yet warm. Confidence and belief are not byproducts of success. They're the foundation. They don't wait for fortune, they summon it. Imagine a vast canyon, he writes, the far bank rich with promise. Without assurance, it's an abyss. With confidence, it's a challenge to conquer. Belief turns the abstract into the achievable. Let's walk with Anna, a designer will craft here. She's 27, sketching in a dim apartment, portfolios gathering dust. Critics, family, an old prof, say, you're not good enough. Past flops echo. But Anna decides, I trust my vision. She pitches a logo to a cafe, $100. They love it. Hire her again, $150. That's confidence, not waiting, but striding. Malcolm says it's an inner light, banishing doubt's shadows. Anna leaps the canyon, lands on promise. It's built, not born, he tells us. Small wins stack. Anna's first sale fuels her next pitch, a boutique, $200. Setbacks? Lessons. A client rejects her, too bold. She refines, wins $300 next time. Confidence grows through action. Let's revisit Tom, the salesman. His will's strong, but belief wavers. I'm just a peddler. He lands a $500 contract, trusts his pitch. Another, $700. Each, yes, silences doubt, builds a fortress. Belief, Malcolm writes, is independence. You shape your fate. Picture Sarah, our teacher from Chapter 3, tutoring steady. Confidence kicks in. She pitches a school program, $1,000. Doubt nags. I'm no expert. She lists wins. Taught 20 kids. Earned $500. Belief rises. She lands it. $2,000 more. Malcolm urges. Silence the inner critic. Seek mentors. Sarah asks a principal for advice. Tweaks her plan. Doubles her gigs. Anna learns from a client's no. Adjusts. Thrives. Tom hears a rival's tip. Refines. Soars. Let's widen the lens. Imagine Daniel, our mechanic from Chapter 3, shop humming. He believes, I can expand. He pitches a fleet deal, $1, $500. Fear says, you're small time. Confidence counters, I fix better than most. He wins it, $3,000 next month. Belief's contagious, his swagger draws a partner, $5,000 joint job. Malcolm says it's magnetic, turning solo faith into collective momentum. Practical steps ground this. Anna sketches daily, builds skill, $500 gig. Tom practices pitches, lands $1,000. Sarah studies teaching trends, $3,000 program. Humility tempers it. Daniel learns from a rival, grows. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's poised, open, a beacon. The chapter closes. Embrace this, and aspirations become stepping stones. It's the catalyst, igniting will into triumph. And here we pause, at Chapter 6 Glow. From the unyielding power of will's steady carve to confidence and belief's bold leap, Malcolm's forged a path. Tom, Maria, Aisha, Anna, Sarah, Daniel. They're us, persisting, trusting, building wealth step by step. Will drives, confidence lights. Together, they shape destiny. Listener, what's your resolve? Your belief? The law's pulse, ready for your move. Until next time, stand firm, shine bright. Chapter 7. Expectancy and Persistency. Chapter 7 greets us with a quiet, potent energy, expectancy and persistency. Just as so, Malcolm's voice carries a steady conviction. There is an almost tangible quality that precedes every achievement, a deep-seated expectancy that what is sought will manifest. This isn't idle hope or a fleeting wish. It's a resolute anticipation, a certainty that every step forward counts. Paired with persistency, the relentless pursuit despite hurdles. It's the heartbeat of success. Let's meet John, a writer we'll weave into this tale. He's 29, hunched over a laptop in a cluttered apartment, manuscripts piling up like autumn leaves. Rejections sting, 50 no's from publishers, each a bruise. But John expects triumph. My words will find a home, he tells himself. He submits again, 51st try. A small press bites, $200. That's expectancy, not luck, but faith in the law. Persistence drives him. Next day, he's back, typing, querying. Another yes, $500. The gap narrows. Malcolm says these twins share a source, conviction that success is law, not chance. John's daily habit, 2 hours writing, dawn breaking, builds it. A rejection letter arrives, not for us. He doesn't falter, it's a challenge. He rewrites, submits, $1,000 contract. The path isn't straight, Malcolm writes, but every obstacle is a signal to push harder. John's expectancy sees beyond the no's. Persistency closes the distance. Picture Sarah, our teacher from earlier chapters, tutoring steady. She expects growth. I'll run a program. She pitches schools, gets 5 no's, budget's tight. Persistency kicks in. 6th pitch, a principal nods, $1,500. She's up nights planning, kids learning, $3,000 next term. Malcolm urges, every effort adds momentum. Sarah's small wins, $20 here, $50 there, stack, aligning chance with her vision. Let's stretch this further. Imagine Maria, our baker, her stall humming. She expects a shop, 1 year. A market day flops, $10, rain-soaked. Persistency rises. She bakes more, tries Saturday, $100. A vendor cancels. She grabs the spot, $300. Each trial refines, Malcolm says. Maria adjusts recipes, persists, $500 weekly. Expectancy fuels her. Persistency plants the seeds. Take Daniel, our mechanic. He expects a chain, 3 garages, 5 years. A slow week, $50, tests him. He fixes cars anyway. Nights, weekends, $200 next. A fleet deal fails. He calls again. Lands it, $1,000. Malcolm's practical, daily acts reinforce belief. Daniel tunes engines, tracks jobs. Sarah plans lessons. John writes. Maria needs. Setbacks? Opportunities. John's no sparks a bestseller. Daniel's fix wins loyalty. The chapter closes. This cycle, expectant action, persistent effort, builds wealth. John's book hits shelves, $5,000. Sarah's program grows, $10,000. Maria's shop nears, $2,000 saved. Daniel's second garage looms, $3,000. Every moment spent, Malcolm says, adds to the reservoir. It's not blind repetition. It's refined, resilient, a rhythm of triumph. Chapter 8. The Role of a Constructive Mental Attitude. Chapter 8 blooms like a field after rain. The role of a constructive mental attitude. Malcolm's tone is firm, yet nurturing. A constructive mental attitude is the silent architect of financial achievement. It's not a fleeting mood. It's a constant force, shaping every decision. Imagine your mind as a vast landscape, he writes, where thoughts sow the terrain. A positive attitude lays fertile ground. It's the frame for will, expectancy, persistency. Let's walk with Emma, a realtor will craft here. She's 38, listings dry, market sluggish. A sale falls through, $5,000 lost. Despair looms, but Emma shifts. What can I learn? She asks, reframes, next one's mine. She tweaks her pitch, lands $10,000. That's the attitude. Challenges aren't walls, they're doors. Malcolm says it's cultivated, not innate. Emma journals nightly, showed a house, smiled. Small, but it builds. Contrast Tom, our salesman. On no hits, he sulks, I'm cursed. Sales stall. Emma, she counters doubt. I'm capable. A client box, too pricey. She listens, adjusts, sells, $15,000. It's a shield, Malcolm writes, against defeat. Let's revisit John, the writer. A review stings, mediocre. He could crumble. Instead, what's the fix? He edits, resubmits, $2,000 more. The attitude turns setbacks into fuel. Picture Aisha, our coder. Her app crashes, users flee. Failure. No feedback. She recodes, relaunches, $1,500. Malcolm urges discipline, meditation, reflection. Aisha pauses daily, breathes, notes wins, fixed a bug. Confidence grows, $3,000 next month. It's a catalyst. Emma's positivity draws a buyer, $20,000. John's lifts a publisher's faith, $5,000 advance. Aisha's pulls coders, $10,000 collab. Let's widen this. Daniel, mechanic, faces a slump, $100 week. What's the lesson? He asks. Markets shift. He advertises, fixes free for buzz, $500 next. Sarah's program stalls. Parents hesitate. She smiles, explains, $4,000 renewed. It's magnetic, Malcolm says. Emma's energy nets a team, $50,000 deal. It's not static, it evolves. Daniel learns trends, $2,000. Sarah studies kids, $6,000. Practicality shines, counter negativity. Emma affirms, I sell. Journal, John logs, wrote 500 words. Reflect, Maria, baking, asks, better flour? $700 week. The chapter ends. This mindset builds success, brick by brick. Emma's listings soar, $100,000 year. John's books sell, $20,000. It's the architect, turning effort into prosperity. And here we rest, at Chapter 8's fertile edge. From expectancy and persistence's steady pulse to the constructive mental attitude's nurturing soil, Malcolm's sown a path. John, Sarah, Maria, Daniel, Emma, Aisha. They're us, expecting, persisting, reframing, thriving. Effort meets faith. Thought shapes fate. A harvest of wealth. Listener, what's your certainty? Your lens? The laws hum. ready for your hand. Until next time, plant deep, think bright. Chapter 9, Intelligent Action. Chapter 9 strides forward with a craftsman's precision, intelligent action. Justice so, Malcolm's voice rings clear. In the pursuit of wealth, intelligent action is the bridge that spans the gap between thought and achievement. Ideas and principles lie dormant without it. It's the alchemy of turning vision into reality through calculated, purposeful effort. Consider a craftsman, he writes, not just knowing his trade, but acting with care. Each stroke an expression of understanding. That's the essence here. Let's meet Peter, an investor will craft into this story. He's 35, savings modest, eyeing the stock market. He's got will, confidence, but action must be wise. He doesn't fling cash at trends. He researches a tech firm, studies earnings, $1,000N. It doubles, $2,000. That's intelligent action, not luck, but reason. Malcolm says it's selecting tasks that yield returns, not random flailing. Peter skips hype, focuses, another pick, $3,000. Contrast Tom, our salesman from earlier. He's persistent, but rash, buys a lead list, cold calls blindly. $50 earned, $200 wasted. Peter? He analyzes, which stocks grow, and acts, $5,000 portfolio. Malcolm warns, hasty moves scatter results. Let's revisit Maria, the baker. She's persistent, but now strategic. A market rival undercuts her, $20 day. She doesn't panic, studies demand, adds muffins, $50 next. Prioritize, Malcolm urges. Maria targets mornings, $100 weekly. Picture Aisha, our coder. Her app hums, but growth stalls, $500. Intelligent action steps in. She surveys users, finds a flaw, fixes it, $3,000. Timing's key, Malcolm notes. Aisha waits for a tech conference, pitches, $5,000 deal. Peter times a dip, buys low, $7,000 gain. It's not premature leaps, it's readiness. Let's widen this. Sarah, our teacher, sees summer demand, plans a camp, researches costs, $2,000 earned. A flop, too pricey, she adjusts for $1,000 next. Malcolm's practical, assess, adapt. Peter tracks markets, $10,000. Maria tests recipes, $200 day. Aisha updates code, $7,000. Every effort alters destiny, he says. Daniel, our mechanic, joins us. A slow month, $100. He advertises smart, targets fleets, $500. Random fixes won't do. He plans, acts, $3,000. The chapter closes. Intelligent action turns causes into effects, a chain to success. Peter's at $15,000, Maria $500 weekly, Aisha $10,000. Deliberate, potent steps. Chapter 10, Opening the Way for Abundance. Chapter 10 flows like a stream unshackled, opening the way for abundance. Malcolm's tone shifts, expansive. There exists a principle of creating pathways through which prosperity may flow. It's not passive waiting. It's active clearing, building channels for effort to bloom. Picture a stream, he writes, blocked by debris. Its potential is immense, but barriers stifle it. Your ideas, will, action, they need a path. Let's walk with Lisa, our designer from Chapter 1, logos humming. She's at $500 monthly, but growth stuck. Old habits, fear. She assesses, I delay pitches. Clears it, emails 5 clients daily, $1,000. That's opening the way, dismantling blocks. Malcolm says it's mindful, spot limits, adjust. Lisa's network's thin. She joins a design group, lands $2,000. Revisit Peter, the investor. His $15,000 sits, too safe. He experiments, $5,000 in a startup, $10,000 return. Innovation widens channels, Malcolm notes. Maria's stall hits $500. She's cozy, but sees no evening sales. She tries nights, $700. Obstacles, rainy days, become gates. Indoor markets, $1,000. Let's stretch this. Daniel's garage hums, $3,000, but parts lag. He collaborates, a supplier deal, $5,000. Picture Sarah, her camp at $4,000. Parents balk, too far. She clears, adds a bus, $6,000. Malcolm urges planning, set objectives. Sarah aims, $10,000 summer. Breaks it, adds, flyers, hits it. Daniel targets, second garage, saves $2,000, opens, $7,000. It's continuous, Malcolm says. Aisha's app at $10,000. She reviews, no ads. Tests them, $12,000. Let's deepen this. John, our writer, books at $5,000. Stalls, no buzz. He clears, blogs, speaks, $7,000. Collaboration shines. Lisa's group doubles her, $4,000. Peter's startup tip from a friend, $15,000. Malcolm's vivid. Every block removed Usher's opportunity. Sarah's bus, $8,000. Maria's nights, $1,200. The chapter ends. It's proactive. Build, maintain, expand. John's at $10,000. Lisa, $5,000. Abundance flows free. And here we pause, at Chapter 10's open stream. From intelligent actions, precise cuts, to opening the ways, cleared paths, Malcolm's carved a road. Peter, Maria, Aisha, Sarah, Daniel, Lisa, John, they're us. Acting smart, breaking barriers, welcoming wealth. Thought meets deed, channels widen, a dance of mastery. Listener, what's your move? Your block? The laws beckon, ready for your craft. Until next time, act wise, open wide. Chapter 11. The Principle of Value and Merit. Chapter 11 rises with a quiet dignity. The Principle of Value and Merit. Justice O. Malcolm's voice carries a steady truth. Wealth is not merely a byproduct of effort. It's the direct consequence of the value one creates and the merit of one's endeavors. These two dance together. Value, the worth you offer. Merit, the recognition it earns. It's not superficial exchange, he writes, but an inner richness reflected outward. Let's meet Maria, our baker from earlier chapters, her stall now at $1,200 weekly. She's not just selling bread. She's crafting joy, crusty loaves that warm souls. Customers pay $5, not $3. Value shines. Malcolm says it's tangible output, bread, and intangible quality, love. Maria's shop nears, $5,000 saved. Merit grows as a local cafe stocks her, $2,000 more. It's a cycle, he notes, worth attracts reward. Contrast Tom, our salesman. He pushes vacuums, $50 here, but it's rote, no spark. Sales lag. Maria? She innovates. Adds rye, $1,500 week. Value begins in thought, Malcolm urges. Let's revisit Aisha, our coder. Her app's at $12,000. She sees freelancers struggle, adds a feature, $15,000. Merit follows. Users rave, $20,000. She learns, refines, value deepens. Picture Daniel, our mechanic, at $7,000. He doesn't just fix, he teaches a teen, fixes free for a widow, $9,000 from loyal clients. Integrity matters, Malcolm says. Sarah, our teacher, joins, her camp's $10,000. She tutors struggling kids, no charge. Parents pay double next term, $15,000. Values not static. Maria tweaks recipes, $2,000. Aisha updates code, $25,000. Let's widen this. John, our writer, books at $10,000. He writes a guide, free, readers buy novels, $15,000. Assess impact, Malcolm urges. John asks readers, more depth, $20,000. Daniel surveys, faster service, $12,000. Feedback refines, Sarah's camp adds art, $18,000. The chapter closes, value and merit shape markets. Maria's at $3,000 weekly, Aisha $30,000. Worth earns wealth. Chapter 12, the art of capital investment. Chapter 12 unfurls like a garden in bloom, the art of capital investment. Malcolm's tone is both sharp and visionary. Capital is not merely money accumulated. It's the vital resource that, when employed with wisdom, multiplies your drive. It's an art, analysis, and instinct turning modest sums into flourishing wealth. Like a gardener, he writes, select soil, nurture seeds. Let's walk with James, our bike fixer, now at $1,500 saved. He's got value, restored bikes, but capital beckons. He invests $500 in a welder, triples output, $3,000. Malcolm says it's a catalyst, ideas made tangible. James diversifies, $1,000 in a scooter stock, $2, 500 back. Risk and reward, he notes. James weighs, acts, $5,000 total. Revisit Peter, our investor, at $15,000. He plants $5,000 in real estate, rents out $7,500. Discipline, Malcolm urges, not gambling, but strategy. Peter skips fads, $10,000 in a steady fund, $13,000. Let's stretch this. Maria's $3,000 weekly. She invests $10,000 in a shop, $5,000 monthly. A flop, location's off. She adjusts, moves, $7,000. Learn, Malcolm says, Maria studies foot traffic, $10,000. Picture Sarah, her camp at $18,000. She seeds $5,000 in tech, online courses, $8,000. Risk, glitches, she diversifies, books too, $12,000. Daniel's $12,000. He buys a lift, $15,000. Patience, Malcolm notes. Daniel waits, grows, $20,000. Aisha's $30,000. She invests $10,000 in servers, $40,000. Monitor, he urges. Peter tracks trends, $20,000. Let's deepen this. John's $20,000. He plants $5,000 in ads, $25,000. A dip, ads falter. He shifts to events, $30,000. Synergy, Malcolm says, analysis, diversification, learning. James's welder in stock, $7,000. Maria's shop, $15,000 monthly. The chapter ends. Capital multiplies. Sarah's at $25,000. Aisha $50,000. Wisely sown, richly reaped. And here we pause, at Chapter 12's harvest. From value and merits crafted worth to capital investments artful growth, Malcolm's built a legacy. Maria, Aisha, Daniel, Sarah, John, James, Peter, they're us, offering value, sowing smart, reaping wealth. Worth earns, capital grows, a cycle of mastery. Listener, what's your value? Your seed? The laws hum, ready for your hand. Until next time, craft deep, invest wise. Chapter 13, The Strategy of Financial Autonomy. Chapter 13 unfurls like a flag of independence, the strategy of financial autonomy. Just as so, Malcolm's voice resonates with resolve. Financial autonomy is the realization of self-reliance in the realm of wealth, where external dependencies diminish as your labor and insight bloom. It's freedom from the whims of others, built through planning, execution, and belief. Imagine an artisan, he writes, crafting his tools, designing his trade. That's autonomy, your framework, your rules. Let's meet Anna, our designer from earlier, now at $5,000 monthly. She's tied to clients, a puppet on strings. More logos, they demand. She seeks autonomy. I'll control my fate. She invests in herself, learns coding, freelances, $7,000. Malcolm says it's self-investment, skills over servitude. Anna builds a site, $10,000. Diversify, he urges. She adds prints, $12,000. Strings cut, she stands tall. Revisit James, our bike fixer, at $7,000. He's reliant, parts suppliers dictate. He saves $2,000, buys tools, $9,000. Diversifies, rents bikes, $11,000. Adapt, Malcolm notes. James learns welding, $15,000. Let's stretch this. Sarah's camps at $25,000, school contracts bind her. She studies online platforms, launches courses, $30,000. A glitch, pivot to books, $35,000. Autonomy grows. Her terms, her gains. Picture Aisha, her app at $50,000. Investors hover, our way. She resists, codes a new feature, $60,000. Improve, Malcolm says. She surveys users, $70,000. Timing's key. Tech booms. She scales, $80,000. Let's widen this. Daniel's garages hit $20,000. Parts lag. He partners local, $25,000. Builds a shop, $30,000. Sees moments. Malcolm urges. Daniel rides a fleet surge, $40,000. John's books at $30,000. Publishers rule. He self-publishes, $35,000. Ads boost, $45,000. Mastery. Malcolm says, blend daring and reality. Anna's at $15,000. Free. James $20,000. Steady. The chapter closes. Autonomy's a march. Sarah's $50,000. Aisha $100,000. Self-sustained. Unshackled. Chapter 14. Navigating risk and opportunity. Chapter 14 surges like a ship through waves, navigating risk and opportunity. Malcolm's tone is fearless yet measured. Risk and opportunity are inseparable companions, not adversaries, tools for growth when understood. It's the unknown embraced, uncertainty turned to gain. Risk, he writes, is stepping into the dark with purpose. Opportunity hides behind it. Let's walk with Peter, our investor, portfolio at $20,000. He eyes a shaky startup, $5,000 risk. Boldness, Malcolm says, weigh it. Peter studies, $10,000 return. Opportunity blooms, another venture, $15,000. Contrast James, $15,000 safe. He risks $3,000 on scooters, $5,000 back. Sees more, $20,000. Prudence, Malcolm urges, not reckless. Revisit Maria, shop at $15,000 monthly. She risks $5,000 on a cafe, fails, $2,000 lost. Learn, Malcolm notes, she shifts, bakery truck, $18,000. Let's stretch this. Daniel's $30,000. He risks $10,000 on a third garage, slow start, $35,000. Diversify, Malcolm says. He adds oil changes, $40,000. Sarah's $45,000. She risks $10,000 online. Glitches, $50,000 after tweaks. Picture Aisha, $80,000. AI's uncharted. She seeds $20,000, $100,000. Timing, Malcolm urges. Tech surges, she doubles, $120,000. John's $35,000. He risks $10,000 on a tour, $45,000. Innovate, Malcolm says. Maria's truck, $20,000. Peter's startup, $25,000. Practicality shines. Monitor, adjust. Daniel's oil, $50,000. Aisha's AI, $150,000. Let's widen this. Lisa's $5,000. She risks $2,000 on ads, $7,000. Experience builds. Malcolm notes. John's tour, $60,000. The chapter ends. Risk unlocks. Sarah's at $60,000. Peter $30,000. Courage and strategy reign. And here we anchor, at Chapter 14's helm. From financial autonomy's steady command to navigating risk's bold waves, Malcolm's charted freedom and daring. Anna, James, Sarah, Aisha, Daniel, John, Peter, Maria, Lisa. They're us, breaking chains, seizing chances, building wealth. Self-reliant steers, risk rewards, a voyage of mastery. Listener, what's your helm? Your leap? The law's pulse, ready for your sail. Until next time, steer true, risk wise. Chapter 15. The dynamic cycle of reinvestment. Chapter 15 bursts forth like a field in full yield, The dynamic cycle of reinvestment. Justice O. Malcolm's voice hums with vitality. Reinvestment is the vital process by which every earned dollar becomes a seed for future wealth. It's not saving or hoarding. It's channeling gains back into ventures that multiply. Consider a gardener, he writes, who doesn't let the harvest wither but sets aside seeds for the next cycle. That's reinvestment, strategic, continuous, alive. Let's meet Emma, our realtor from Chapter 8, listings at $100,000 yearly. She's got profit, $20,000, but reinvests $10,000 in ads. Sales soar, $150,000. Analyze outcomes. Malcolm urges. Emma sees ads work, seeds $5,000 more, $200,000. She diversifies, $10,000 in staging, $250,000. Preserve and grow. He says, Emma balances, thrives, $300,000. Revisit James, our bike fixer, at $20,000. He reinvests $5,000 in a shop, $30,000. A slow month, $2,000. He adjusts, adds parts, $35,000. Monitor, Malcolm notes, James tracks, $40,000. Let's stretch this. Sarah, our teacher, at $60,000. She reinvests $15,000 in online courses, $80,000. Glitches hit, $5,000 lost. She pivots, books, $100,000. Flexibility, he says, Sarah adapts, $120,000. Picture Aisha, our coder, app at $150,000. She seeds $30,000 in servers, $200,000. Trends shift, Malcolm warns, tech dips, she diversifies, AI, $250,000. Daniel's garages, $50,000. He reinvests $20,000 in lifts, $70,000. Slow start, he adds tires, $90,000. Balance, Malcolm urges, Daniel grows, $110,000. Let's deepen this. John, our writer, at $60,000. He reinvests $15,000 in ads, $80,000. Sales dip, he shifts, tours, $100,000. Every return's a chance, Malcolm says, Emma's staging, $350,000. Aisha's AI, $300,000. The chapter closes, reinvestment cycles. Sarah's at $150,000, James $50,000. Gains replanted, wealth compounded. Chapter 16, Innovation and Adaptation. Chapter 16 sparks like a flame in the dark, innovation and adaptation. Malcolm's tone is electric. Innovation is not an isolated spark, but a natural evolution of progress, vital to wealth. It's refining the old, embracing the new. Adaptation makes it real. Consider an artisan, he writes, mastering tradition yet wielding modern tools. That's the dance here, wisdom and daring entwined. Let's walk with John, our writer, books at $100,000. He innovates, ebooks, $120,000. Respect laws, Malcolm says. John builds on purpose, $150,000. Markets shift, he adapts, audiobooks, $180,000. Learn, he urges, John studies, $200,000. Revisit Maria, our baker, at $15,000 monthly. She innovates, gluten-free, $18,000. Demand dips, she adapts, delivery, $20,000. Picture Daniel, garages at $110,000. He innovates, electric car fixes, $130,000. Tech evolves, he adapts, chargers, $150,000. Anticipate, Malcolm notes, Daniel trains, $170,000. Let's stretch this. Sarah's $150,000. She innovates, virtual camps, $180,000. Parents lag, she adapts, hybrids, $200,000. Aisha's $300,000. She innovates, AI tools, $350,000. Bugs hit. She adapts, updates. $400,000. Peter's $30,000. He innovates. Crypto. $40,000. Volatility strikes. He adapts. Bonds. $50,000. Risk. Malcolm says. Peter balances. $60,000. Collaborate. He adds. Aisha teams up. $450,000. John joins writers. $250,000. Let's widen this. Lisa's $7,000. She innovates. Digital art. $10,000. Trends fade. She adapts. Prints. $15,000. The chapter ends. Innovation ignites. Maria's at $25,000 monthly. Daniel $200,000. Progress redefines wealth. And here we pause at chapter 16 spark. From reinvestment's thriving cycle to innovation's bold leap, Malcolm's sown growth and change. Emma, James, Sarah, Aisha, Daniel, John, Peter, Maria, Lisa. They're us, replanting gains, reshaping paths, building riches. Seeds multiply, ideas evolve, a symphony of mastery. Listener, what's your harvest? Your spark? The laws hum, ready for your move. Until next time, reinvest deep, innovate wide. Chapter 17. The Strength of Strategic Alliances. No person is truly an island, especially in the realm of financial success. The most accomplished entrepreneurs, investors, and business leaders understand that strategic alliances form the backbone of sustainable prosperity. Consider the story of Sarah, a talented software developer who had created an innovative productivity application. Despite her technical brilliance, Sarah struggled to gain market traction working alone. Her breakthrough came when she formed an alliance with Marcus, a marketing specialist whose skills perfectly complemented her technical expertise. I realized that my individual talents, while valuable, were only part of what was needed, Sarah would later explain. When Marcus and I combined our strengths, we created something far greater than either of us could have built alone. Their partnership illustrates a fundamental truth. Strategic alliances are not signs of weakness, but sources of amplified strength. Each connection in your network represents a unique reservoir of ideas, expertise, and resources. These relationships act as channels through which knowledge flows freely and opportunities multiply. The formation of these alliances requires discernment and shared values. Sarah and Marcus succeeded because they both possessed not only complementary skills, but also the same unwavering dedication to excellence and ethical conduct. When both parties approach a relationship as equals, each contributing unique strengths and benefiting from the other, the alliance becomes an engine for exponential growth. Building such alliances is an art that demands both sincerity and tactical awareness. It begins with cultivating openness and a willingness to share. True collaboration emerges from transparent exchange of ideas and joint pursuit of common goals. Through regular interaction and constructive feedback, these alliances flourish, creating what one might call a collaborative ecosystem. Consider how industry leaders like Tesla have formed strategic partnerships with battery manufacturers, software developers, and even competitors to advance their vision of sustainable transportation. These alliances don't dilute their mission, they amplify it, creating ripple effects that benefit all parties involved. The value of strategic alliances extends to resource pooling for larger ventures. There is profound wisdom in the adage that many hands make light work. When multiple parties unite their financial, intellectual, and emotional capital, even the most ambitious projects become attainable. By joining forces, you not only share the burdens of risk, but also enhance the potential returns. As you build your financial future, approach alliance building with intention. Seek out those whose values align with yours, but whose skills complement rather than mirror your own. Nurture these relationships with genuine interest and support. Remember that the strongest alliances are built on mutual benefit, where success for one means success for all. Chapter 18. The Discipline of Self-Mastery. While strategic alliances represent the external dimension of success, self-mastery forms its internal foundation. This discipline ensures that every thought, action, and emotion is harnessed in service of your greater purpose. Take the example of James, who transformed his financial situation through rigorous self-discipline. After years of impulsive spending and reactive decision-making, James realized that his financial struggles weren't due to external circumstances, but to his own lack of self-mastery. "I had to become the craftsman of my own life," James recalls. "Every decision, no matter how small, needed to align with my long-term vision. This wasn't about rigid control, it was about purposeful alignment." Self-mastery involves the ongoing challenge of transforming raw potential into refined action. For James, this meant establishing daily routines that reinforced his commitment to growth, setting aside time each morning to review his financial goals, eliminating habits that depleted his resources, and consciously choosing long-term prosperity over momentary gratification. The journey required brutal honesty. James had to acknowledge the patterns that undermined his success: procrastination when it came to investment decisions, emotional spending during stressful periods, and avoiding difficult financial conversations. Self-mastery called for confronting these weaknesses and transforming them into strengths. In the realm of wealth creation, every decision becomes a test of self-discipline. The daily act of budgeting, the careful evaluation of investment opportunities, and the rigorous pursuit of knowledge all reflect a disciplined mind. By committing to continuous self-improvement, you build a reservoir of mental strength that fuels persistent progress. A key component of self-mastery is maintaining focus amid distractions. Consider how Warren Buffett, one of history's most successful investors, is known for his remarkable ability to filter out market noise and stay true to his investment principles. In a world of constant information overflow and trending investment fads, his self-discipline has proven to be his greatest asset. Self-mastery is inherently linked to accountability, taking personal responsibility for every decision and outcome. This accountability means not blaming external circumstances for setbacks, but analyzing what could be improved in your own approach. It requires the courage to admit errors, learn from them, and refine your methods without losing momentum. As entrepreneur and author Jim Rohn famously observed, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. This bridge is built one conscious decision at a time, creating an internal framework that supports every subsequent effort in your financial journey. The integration of alliances and self-mastery. The true power emerges when these two principles, strategic alliances and self-mastery, work in concert. Self-mastery provides the internal foundation that makes you a valuable alliance partner, while strategic relationships expand your capabilities beyond what individual effort could achieve. Consider how Richard Branson built the Virgin Empire. His personal discipline and clarity of purpose made him an attractive partner for various ventures, while his skill at forming strategic alliances allowed him to enter industries where he lacked specific expertise. The combination created extraordinary results that neither principle alone could have achieved. As you apply these principles to your own financial journey, remember that they represent opposite sides of the same coin. Self-mastery without connection can lead to isolation, while alliances without personal discipline can create dependency. Together, they create a balanced approach to wealth building that is both powerful and sustainable. The path to financial prosperity is neither solitary nor undisciplined. It requires both the strength that comes from meaningful connection and the power that emerges from personal mastery. As you cultivate both dimensions, you create a foundation for success that can withstand market fluctuations, adapt to changing circumstances, and ultimately lead to lasting prosperity. In the words of the law of money, in essence, the strength of strategic alliances lies in their ability to transform individual aspirations into a collective force, while self-mastery is the silent architect of all enduring success. Master these twin principles, and you master the fundamental dynamics of wealth creation itself. Chapter 19. The Pursuit of Knowledge as the Cornerstone of Wealth. Knowledge as the quiet force. In the intricate dance of financial achievement, knowledge stands as the quiet force that continuously transforms mere potential into tangible success. It is not a mere accessory to wealth building, but rather the driving energy behind every successful decision and action. As you tread the pathway toward wealth, the constant pursuit of knowledge becomes your most reliable companion. It sharpens your insights and illuminates hidden corridors of opportunity that would otherwise remain obscured. Think of your mind as a vast reservoir that expands with every lesson learned and every experience embraced. Just as water nourishes land, allowing crops to flourish, knowledge nurtures your ability to perceive the subtle dynamics of the financial world. It empowers you to decode market signals, recognize emerging trends, and harness the underlying principles that govern success. Every piece of information, every fresh insight contributes to a growing arsenal of strategies that fortify your endeavors. This is why the pursuit of knowledge stands as the cornerstone of lasting prosperity. The many faces of education. In this relentless pursuit, education transcends traditional boundaries. It is not confined to formal institutions or conventional texts. Rather, it flourishes in every interaction, every observation, and every challenge encountered along your journey. The seasoned entrepreneur who refines methods through experience, the innovative mind that adapts to shifting paradigms, and the determined individual who reads voraciously. All are united by a common thread, a commitment to lifelong learning. It is through continuous study and deliberate reflection that fleeting ideas transform into powerful tools for wealth creation. This process demands both humility and courage. Humility in recognizing that no matter your achievements, there is always more to learn, and courage to venture into unfamiliar territories of thought and practice. By embracing the unknown, you discover that each new challenge is a lesson in disguise, a chance to refine your understanding of the laws that govern success. In the act of learning, you liberate yourself from the confines of outdated beliefs and open the door to innovative strategies that can redefine your financial destiny. The collaborative spirit. Investing in knowledge also means being receptive to the wisdom of others. Mentors, peers, and even competitors provide a wellspring of insights that, when properly integrated into your thinking, accelerate growth exponentially. By engaging in dialogue and exchanging ideas, you not only expand your intellectual horizon, but also test and enhance your theories of success. This collaborative spirit enriches your perspective and transforms solitary learning into a dynamic process of collective advancement. Moreover, the digital age offers unprecedented access to a vast array of resources. Books, seminars, online courses, and interactive forums are at your fingertips, each offering a unique lens through which to view the complex interplay of forces in the financial arena. With modern communication and technology, you can continuously update your knowledge base and adapt strategies to our rapidly changing environment. This agility, rooted in the constant intake and application of new information, becomes the bedrock of sustained prosperity. The discipline of learning. The pursuit of knowledge is also an exercise in self-discipline. It requires setting aside time each day for study and reflection, cultivating habits that prioritize learning over idle distraction. When you commit to this routine, you begin to notice how each moment of study fortifies mental resilience and sharpens decision-making. In the quiet moments of reflection, the lessons of the day coalesce into a clearer vision of your goals, and the path toward wealth becomes not just a possibility, but an ever-unfolding reality. As you immerse yourself in this journey of continuous learning, remember that every insight, every lesson, and every experience adds to the reservoir of your potential. The evolving nature of knowledge ensures there is always room for growth, a perpetual invitation to push the boundaries of what you can achieve and to redefine the very essence of financial success. The inner awakening. Beyond the technical aspects of wealth creation lies a profound truth. Financial success begins with inner awakening. Before external strategies can bear fruit, an internal foundation must be established. This foundation consists of clarity of purpose, unwavering belief in one's capacity to succeed, and the emotional resilience to withstand inevitable challenges. When these inner forces align, they create a powerful magnetic field that attracts opportunities aligned with your deepest intentions. The journey toward prosperity is not merely about accumulating assets or generating income streams. It is a path of self-discovery and personal evolution. Each financial goal achieved becomes a stepping stone toward greater self-mastery and an expanded sense of what is possible. By cultivating patience, practicing gratitude, and maintaining focus amid distractions, you develop the internal compass that guides all external actions. This inner work transforms wealth building from a mechanical process into a meaningful expression of your unique gifts and vision. The laws of reciprocity and attraction. The universe operates on fundamental principles that, when understood and applied, accelerate the creation of wealth. Chief among these are the laws of reciprocity and attraction. The law of reciprocity affirms that what you give freely and genuinely returns to you multiplied. This is not merely about financial transactions, but about the energy, creativity, and value you contribute to others. By focusing first on how you can serve and elevate those around you, you set in motion currents of abundance that eventually flow back to you in various forms. Similarly, the law of attraction reveals that your dominant thoughts and emotions become powerful magnets, drawing experiences that match their frequency. Financial mastery requires vigilant attention to your internal dialogue, ensuring that thoughts of lack and limitation are replaced with visions of abundance and capability. These principles operate whether acknowledged or not, but their conscious application transforms them from background forces into active allies on your wealth creation journey. The integration of multiple principles. As we've explored throughout this audiobook, the journey toward financial success is a holistic blend of inner awakening and intelligent, deliberate action. No single principle or strategy alone can guarantee prosperity, but their integrated application creates a synergy greater than the sum of its parts. By cultivating inner forces, harnessing the laws of reciprocity and attraction, and consistently investing in self-improvement, you lay a robust foundation for enduring wealth. Each principle, from setting clear purpose and nurturing self-mastery to embracing innovation and forging strategic alliances, works in concert to transform vision into reality. This approach acknowledges that true wealth is multidimensional, encompassing not only financial assets but also richness of experience, contribution, and personal fulfillment. It recognizes that sustainable prosperity flows not from isolated tactics, but from a coherent philosophy that aligns your actions with universal principles. The ongoing journey. As our exploration comes to a close, remember that the path to wealth is never truly complete. It is an evolving journey of discovery and implementation, with each achievement opening doors to new possibilities and deeper understandings. Let the principles we've discussed serve as both a roadmap and a reminder that true prosperity flows from within, driven by discipline, persistence, and a commitment to continual growth. The financial landscape may change, market conditions may fluctuate, but these foundational truths remain constant guides on your path. The pursuit of knowledge as the cornerstone of wealth is not merely about financial gain. It is about becoming the person capable of creating and sustaining abundance in all its forms. As you move forward, carry with you not just strategies and techniques, but the profound awareness that your greatest wealth-building asset is your own expanding consciousness. May your journey be marked by discoveries that illuminate not only the path to prosperity, but also the deeper purpose that gives that prosperity meaning. Thank you for joining us for this audiobook summary. May the insights shared today inspire your own journey toward knowledge-driven wealth and holistic prosperity. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and please remember to subscribe to receive notification of upcoming recordings. See you in next video.